Hello, everyone. This is Laurel with Laurel's Learning Lab, and I'm happy to give a class every Saturday for our theme of the month, which is water. And we're going to talk about water and why it's important for us to drink every day, how to make water kind of more interesting to drink, and what the benefits are of drinking water and why water is good for life. Let's talk about 16 reasons why you need water. Why water is important. 16 reasons to drink up. Here they are. Do you want to read them for us, Nelson?
Saliva, body temperature, lubrication, toxins, physical activity, bowel movements, digestions, nutrients, weight loss, circulation, immunity, energy, cognitive function, mood, anti-aging, dehydration, healthy water intake.
Okay, so she's running and she's taking her water with her. Very good. All right, so what's the big deal? It's common to hear that water is essential for your health, but why? This substance makes up a majority of your body weight and is involved in many important functions, including flushing out waste from your body, regulating body temperature, helping your brain function, and you get the most of your water from drinking beverages, but food also contributes a small amount to your daily water intake. So watermelon has a lot of water in it, and a lot of other things that we eat or drink have water in them. So read on to learn more ways that water can help improve your well-being. So why is water good for us?
It helps create yes.
It helps create
Water is a main component of saliva.
Saliva.
It helps create saliva. Saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Water is saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Water is a main component of saliva. Saliva also includes small amounts of electrolytes,
mucus,
and electrolytes, mucus, and enzymes. It's essential enzymes.
That's right.
It's essential for breaking down solid food and keeping your mouth healthy.
Good.
Your body generally produces enough saliva with regular fluid intake. However, your saliva production may decrease as a result of age or certain medications or therapies.
Mm-hmm.
If your mouth is drier than usual and increasing your water intake isn't helping, see your doctor.
Okay, so saliva is the water in our mouth, right? So it's what we get from swallowing. If you have a dry mouth because you've been running or doing something physical activity, then you just have to, right? You have to get that water back in your mouth. Well, yes, if you want to do number 2, or do you want to talk about this a little bit? So if you can hear me, okay. So maybe we'll have Nelson read number 2. Okay, so number 2, it regulates your body temperature. Tell us about this, Nelson.
Okay, do you want me to read?
Yes, please.
Okay, it regulates your body temperature. Staying hydrated is crucial to maintaining your body temperature. Your body loses water through sweat during physical activity and in hot environments. Your sweat keeps your body cool, but your body temperature will rise if you don't replenish the water you lose. That's because your body loses electrolytes in plasma when it's dehydrated. If you're sweating more than usual, make sure you drink plenty of water to avoid dehydration.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these things, these words. Does everybody understand all the words in this paragraph?
Yes.
Okay, Abu and Tasmia, do you understand them all? What about replenish? What do you think that means?
Can you please repeat the word?
Sure, replenish. So your temperature will rise if you don't replenish the water that you lose. So if you're losing water, you need to replenish it. What do you think replenish means?
I am not sure, but I think it means to replace.
Yes, exactly. Replace. That's a good substitute. So replace the water that you lose, replenish. So when you replenish something, you fill it up again. So very good. Electrolytes are important to your body. A lot of times people will say, oh, I can just drink Gatorade or something else that has electrolytes in it, but there's a lot of sugar in Gatorade and that's not good for you. So I found a substitute that has no sugar in it. And so when you are doing physical activity or drinking or anything else that takes away water from your body, then you replenish it with a drink that has no sugar and electrolytes and you'll feel better. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Abu, you can read this one as short. Number 3.
Yes. Yes. It protects your tissues, spinal cord, and joints. Water consumption helps lubricates spinal cord and tissues.
Tissues?
This will help you enjoy physical activity. Tissues.
Mm-hmm.
And tissues. This will help you enjoy physical.
That's right. Physical activity and lessen discomfort.
Activity.
And lessen discomfort caused by conditions like arthritis. I know you're going in and out. You want to try it?
Lessen discomfort caused
Right.
by condition like
Arthritis.
arthritis.
Yeah. Yeah. In English, we say it like an I. So arthritis. Arthritis. So arthritis is a condition that you have when your bones and your joints hurt. So you can't really move well. Your hands may hurt. You can't open up things anymore. That's arthritis. So to prevent that, we drink more water.
And lessen discomfort.
Yes. What do you want to know what that means? Lessen discomfort means to make the discomfort less. So you are taking pain down. Yes.
Like to diminish.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I can show you what arthritis is. Let's look up the definition. Arthritis, hold on. Arthritis is an inflammation of the joints. It can affect one joint or multiple joints. There are more than 100 different types of arthritis with different causes and treatment methods. 2 of the most common types are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. The symptoms of arthritis usually develop over time, but they may also appear suddenly. Arthritis is most commonly seen in adults over the age of 65, but it can also develop in children, teens, and younger adults. Arthritis is more common in women than men and in people who are overweight. So joint pain, stiffness, and swelling. Range of motion, redness, and other things here. So rheumatoid arthritis has to do with the immune system. So you may become anemic, meaning your red blood cell count decreases, or you might have a slight fever. So that is a scary thing, to not be able to function or move or have a headache or loss of appetite or any of those things. So we don't want to go there if we can help it. So let's make sure that we drink enough water. Hi, Victoria.
Hi.
Looks like you've been exercising. Good for you.
I was at the supermarket.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got some good food to eat.
Yes, a little bit. I should have got more, but
That's
yeah.
okay. We will promote good health living here, and then you can choose what you want to do.
Yeah, this topic is very good because
Okay.
I do have arthritis.
You do have what?
Arthritis.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, since
Okay, tell us about it.
since 2018. Yes.
Okay. And what are your symptoms?
I have in cold times as since May of this year, I have been having difficulties to moving my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But I discovered very quickly, so it didn't progress to more articulations,
More movement?
more movements.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
make more movement with your fingers now.
Yes, yes. But I have been treating since 2018,
Uh-huh.
and until May of this year, I haven't been really feeling pain in
Good.
to move, but I got a little bit anemic, so my system was a little weak.
Yeah.
And I got back on feeling pains, but I have been diminishing my medication as the doctor
Decreasing your
medication. So we think that me getting anemic, but the getting anemic and the lower medication.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it made it got back, but
Made
we
it
are
get better.
yeah, but we are adjusting things now.
Yeah, it's always good to adjust. It's always good to figure out what the best level is for you. Because if you take too many medications, it will be too many side effects. If you too little medication, then there's not enough relief.
Yes.
So you have to find that middle ground where it's just enough to cover your pain, but not too much to hurt you.
Yes.
So very good. So I'm sorry to hear that you have that, but I'm glad you're getting treatment for it. Okay, we have somebody in the chat. What are they saying? What is the difference between arthritis and rheumatism? So that's a good question. Let's click on this again. And there is I don't know what that is. Let's see. Bone density. So rheumatoid, I think, is the, we talked about it here. It is the rheumatoid arthritis. I know they'll probably tell us, but let's just do this. So this is your joint. It's inflamed, the joint lining. It hurts to move. Right, Victoria? You don't have rheumatoid arthritis, do you?
Yes,
Maybe you
yes,
do.
yes. I don't know if you guys can see, but this articulation,
Uh-huh.
it is a little bit inflamed.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
it's probably more on the inside than the outside. It's not like a burn. You can't really see it.
yes,
But
it's it's I can see a little bit because my finger is very thin, so I can see the difference.
right, right. Well, I know that when something happens to my hands or my, I can see the difference between the two, but maybe other people can't. So I
Yes,
had a problem with a hangnail and it was very red and puffy here, but I would show someone else, they're like, oh, I can't see anything. So, but you know, because you feel it.
yes,
So, yeah, so it says here in rheumatoid arthritis, the body's immune system attacks its own tissue, including joints. In severe cases, it attacks internal organs, so we never want to go there. So I think that's a lot like diabetes or other chronic things where if you don't treat it, it gets worse and worse and worse. Whereas if you do treat it, then it just stays at that one level. So yeah, so there's a lot of things that could go on if you don't do it.
Laura,
Yes.
like you were talking about it, we were reading about it, about arthritis, but it's not, I think it's not pretty usual when some young people like Victoria get involved or got sick from this arthritis. I think it's not very common. Well, I don't know if it's nowadays so many young people are getting some kind of these kind of things that could used to be before from older people. What do you think about it? Arthritis or rheumatism?
I think it is for older people normally. Like normally it takes years for it to get worse and worse and worse. And so the fact that Victoria has it at such a young age, there has to be like hereditary reasons, or that maybe something. What do you think it is, Victoria?
It has one or a few cases of symptoms, not exactly arthritis in my family, but it was as what I can say, I didn't take care of myself. I wasn't eating vitamins as I should.
Right.
So my body was weak on good things. And I was doing a lot of exercise and getting a lot of extra activities. I had when I developed the
symptoms.
The symptoms. I was doing 2 post graduations, working 2 days of weeks, and having dance classes all the week. I wasn't eating enough to compensate all the work I was doing.
Right, right. Sometimes athletes get sick.
I wasn't eating anything good.
Right. I mean, if you think your body is going to take everything that you put on it, if you run or you exercise or you do too many things, your body is going to say, no, I cannot do this. Just like, I mean, it could be too much of a good thing, like too much exercise, not just too much bad things, but too much of a good thing. So, I think athletes have to be careful not to overexert themselves, because a lot of times you can dehydrate yourself, you can work too hard, and that's the problem. The only time I ever broke a bone was when I was exercising. So I said, fine, I will never exercise again. So, but it did repair itself, but you can tell the difference between this wrist, because the bone is sticking out a little bit, and this wrist where it's not sticking out at all. So you can see that there's some permanent damage, but only 10%. So, you know, I can still turn it, do everything I need to do with it, but it is not as strong maybe as this one. I can't do like push-ups as well and things like that.
Lauren, how old were you when you broke that arm, that wrist?
Probably 15 years ago. I was in my 30s. I was older. It wasn't when I was young. So it was, yeah, I was on a stair stepper and I was going up and down the steps in a gym, like in a small gym. And I missed my step. And then I went like, and the bone was sticking out. It was bad. So I didn't know what to do. So I had to go to an emergency room. First, I went to my chiropractor, and of course they couldn't help me. Then I went to an emergency room and they didn't have space or something. So then I went to the doctor, like the hospital, and I waited for hours. And this was in Florida, and they don't have a great health system there because there's so many old people in Florida. They're all in the hospital all the time. But they finally saw me at the end of the day, or no, they didn't see me, but somebody made me an appointment for the next day. So I got it fixed. It slid back into place, and then I had to have the treatment of it repairing itself. So it took a while to get rehabilitated, but it's okay now. It's just, you know, so that is what you face. I mean, obviously it's not good to do the opposite extreme of the couch potato where you don't exercise because you're scared of moving your body. That is not a good thing either. So you have to decide that middle ground again for you, what is good for you. And obviously water is what we're talking about here. So drink a lot of water when you exercise. All right. So what is the next thing? This is a lovely topic, but we're going to talk about it. Number 4. Victoria, you want to read?
Just one thing. The question that was on the chat asked about rheumatism.
Yeah, rheumatoid arthritis.
No, it's
rheumatism.
Rheumatism that is different, and I do
that's true.
And I do believe it's something more with the bones and not the articulations, but I don't remember well.
I can look up the definition for rheumatism right here. Gosh, it's a hard spelling.
I think rheumatism is kind of when you get some kind of inflammation in that part of the body, you know.
Oh, okay, here it is. Rheumatism versus arthritis. Let me look and see. Okay, so arthritis is Greek, derived from Greek for disease of the joints. So it's the chronic or acute inflammation of the joints. Acute means bad, okay, which is often accompanied by structural damage and in pain. In contrast, rheumatism is an informal term used to describe joint diseases or syndromes. So that's like an overarching word, like an umbrella word. So they are not the same thing, but they kind of describe the same thing sometimes. Many people use it informally to describe symptoms similar to those of arthritis. And of course, there's the rheumatoid arthritis. So that's when your joints hurt. So, all right, does that explain it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to why we should drink a lot of water.
It helps excrete waste through perspiration, urination, and defecation.
Okay, those are big words for sweating, pooping, and peeing. All right, peeing and pooping, I should say. So perspiration is sweat. Okay, when you run and you're outside and your physical activity, you sweat. So the beads of sweat on your skin. If you didn't have places in your skin where you could sweat through, like some animals don't have a way to sweat, your body internally will get higher and higher temperature, and that's not good. So you have to make sure that you're able to perspirate, to sweat, so you can lose those toxins that are coming out of your body. Urination, and you say it with a Y, urination is the number one. Okay, it's the liquid that comes out of your body with the toxins in it after you eat. And then defecation is thus number two, the poop. And other people will say the word that starts with S, and I won't say that. Okay, so those are the three ways that we excrete, we take out toxins from our body, and it's very important to do that. Okay, Victoria, start reading for me in this.
Your body uses water to sweat, urinate, and have bowel movements.
Say uses.
Uses.
Keep going.
Sweat regulates body temperature when you're exercising or in warm temperatures.
Good.
You need water to replenish the lost fluid from sweat.
That's right.
You also need enough water in your system to have healthy stool and avoid constipation.
Good.
What is this stool?
That's the poop. Okay, if you're on here, please mute yourself. You're not talking. I'll do it, Raimundo. All right. And I think that's a boo. All right. So when it's your turn, then you can speak. Thank you. Nice to see you. All right. The last thing. Oh, what is constipation? Do you know what that is?
I think I do. I don't know how to explain. But I think it's you having trouble to having your bowel movements.
Yes, you're having trouble having bowel movements, having excreting that stool. Okay. So defecation, I don't know. We don't usually use that word. We use the other ones more. So constipation is when you just can't go, when you're like, it's stuck inside you and you're like, oh, you know? So sometimes we need to eat more fiber. Sometimes we would drink a tea. Sometimes we just eat more food, you know, to wait for it to come out, but it's not fun. So we need to drink a lot of water too, to help that come out. All right. Tell me what the kidneys do.
Your kidneys are also important for filtering out waste through urination.
Good.
Adequate water intake helps your kidneys work more efficiently.
That's right.
And helps to prevent kidney stones.
Good, good. So when you don't drink enough water, sometimes your kidneys don't work well, and you have to, kidney stones form. And my husband, this happened to him when I first met him. He, within a year or so, he had a kidney stone, and he had to go to the hospital and get a surgery on his kidney stone. First, they tried to say, okay, maybe you could pass it through your body. And if it's only this big, you can pass it through. But if it's bigger, then you have to get it surgically removed. So it's not fun. So drink lots of water, Victoria. So, yeah, it's no fun. They hurt. Okay, Raimundo. Hello, nice to have you here.
Okay, thank you. I am a Brazilian, okay?
Yeah, so is Victoria.
Do you know? Okay. You talk about the water in the body,
Yes.
right? It's good.
Yeah.
For example, what do you say about the water and the prostate? Okay, prostate. You know,
Prostate.
prostate.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
men have prostates. We
Okay.
haven't covered that yet. I don't know if it's here. There might be something about the prostate. I don't know if it's directly related, but I know that it does make a difference that you drink enough water, your prostate will be healthy. So, yeah, constipation is down here. We haven't gotten to it yet. So we are just talking about each thing individually.
It helps maximize physical performance. Drinking plenty of water during physical activity is essential. Athletes may perspire up to 6 to 10% of body weight during physical activity. Hydration also affects your strength, power, and endurance. You may be more susceptible to the effects of susceptible to the effects susceptible.
That's right.
To the effects of dehydration if you are participating in endurance training or high intensity sports such as basketball. Negative effects of exercise in the heat without enough water can include serious medical conditions like decreased blood pressure and hyperthermia. Extreme dehydration. Hyperthermia.
That's right.
Extreme dehydration can cause seizures and even death.
Seizures.
Okay, ma'am.
Sure. Yeah. So that's not good. So yes, I was telling the others, don't exercise and you won't have any problems. But maybe that's not always a good solution. So, but do not run outside in the heat with no water. Make sure you have water and a thermos, something you can drink. So if you watch these races on TV or other places, you know, they always have water. Drink more water, drink more water. I think there is such a thing as drinking too much water, but not very often. And tell me what hyperthermia is.
You may be familiar with the term hypothermia. This happens when your body's temperature drops to dangerously low levels. The opposite can also occur when your temperature climbs too high and threatens your health. It's known as hyperthermia.
Hyperthermia.
Hyperthermia. Hyperthermia is actually an umbrella term. It refers to several conditions that can occur when your body heat regulation system can't handle the heat in your environment. You're said to have severe hyperthermia if your body temperature is above 104 Fahrenheit or 40 Celsius. By comparison, a body temperature of 95 Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius, or lower is considered hypothermic. The average body temperature is 98.6 Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius.
That's right. So yes, I don't know why it has to be so specific, but for some reason Fahrenheit does this. So 98.6 is your body temperature normally, and 37 degrees Celsius. So if it's 95, that's hypothermic. It's only 3 degrees, 3 or 4 degrees, and then you are too cold. But if it's up to 10 degrees, that's too hot. My friend had 105 degrees fever. She found out, she was sick. But that is very, very hot. I mean, your body is way too hot. You need to cool down. I think she took an ice bath and then she was able to cool down. So you have to be very careful. All right, so let's go back. So if you're drinking enough water and you're exercising correctly, that's great. Then you can exercise and get benefit from it. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this already, so I don't think we're going to go over it again. I didn't know that though. This is interesting. So I will read 6 for you guys. Eating fiber isn't the only way to prevent constipation. It's also important to maintain your water intake so your bowel movements contain enough water. If you don't consume enough water, magnesium and fiber, I learned how important magnesium is. You can take supplements and you can eat things that have magnesium in them, like bananas. And so that's good for you to keep you regular. Raisins are also good. Prunes, things like that have fiber in them, or you can take powders. But if you're already constipated, you may find that drinking carbonated water as well as plain water can also help ease your symptoms. So I have Fresca in here, which is carbonated soda water. So it's not plain water. It's got some bubbles in it and a little bit of flavor, but there's no sugar. So that's good for you too. All right, number 7. Who wants to read about number 7?
It aids in digestion. Contrary to what some believe, experts confirm drinking water before, during, and after a meal will help your body break down the food you eat more easily. This will help you digest food more effectively and get the most out of your meals. The research shows the body adapts to changes in the consistency of food in stomach contents, whether more solid or more liquid.
So food or stomach, the consistency of food and stomach contents. So contents is the noun, content is the verb. So whether solid or liquid. So if you drink a lot of water, you're going to have to, pee a lot. Or if you have a problem in your body and there's some reason that, like diabetes, that makes you pee more often. So you have to, remedy that with taking, hopefully not too much medicine, but maybe changing your diet, changing other things that you eat and drink. And also drinking a lot of caffeine or soda or coffee, alcohol. Drinking a lot of that creates dehydration in your body. You need more water. So, it might prevent things. So it is definitely something you can do to change.
It helps with nutrient absorption. In addition to helping with food breakdown, water also helps dissolve vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients from your food. It then delivers these vitamin components to the rest of your body for use.
So, when they always tell you take your pills with 8 ounces of water or more. You can't just take 1 sip of water and expect the pills to go down easily. So make sure that you take enough water. The more you take, the better. Okay. Should we move on to number 9? Raimundo, you want to take a chance and read this one? It helps you lose weight. Studies have linked body fat and weight loss with drinking water in both overweight girls and women. Drinking more water while dieting and exercising may just help you lose extra pounds. So I would think with men too, not just women. What do you think, Nelson?
I think it could be almost the same, and I don't know why they say just women.
I know. I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
So maybe they just did the study on women.
Maybe the most. They tested this kind of things in more women than men, right?
Right. I mean, maybe they just noticed that it was worse for women, but I think men too, boys and men need to drink a lot of water as well, right?
I think is right, but I think it's more a little bit about our social structure,
Mhm.
where we have women thinking more of her bodies than the men.
True.
So they put that as women and girls
Women.
and
Mhm.
women and
Women.
girls.
Women is the plural.
Women.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Woman, one woman, two women.
Women. Okay.
So
And I think it's a little bit we can see as sexist, and also maybe they study with them because of this or
maybe.
of that.
Also, women are known for their skin to be soft. A man doesn't care as much about if his skin is soft, and he's more tough, so he doesn't care as much. So maybe this is why the women did the study. So, all right, so let's finish up here. Number 9, we did. Number 10, who would like to do number 10?
Ma'am, I want to read.
Sure, go ahead.
It improves blood oxygen circulation.
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Mhm.
Water carries helpful nutrients and oxygen to your entire body. Reaching your daily water intake will improve your circulation and have a positive impact on your overall health.
Good. We don't think about the fact that our blood has oxygen in it. We think about oxygen in our lungs and breathing, but we don't think about the fact that our blood has oxygen in it and that it circulates throughout the entire body, right? So we need to think about this. All right, number 11, who wants to do it?
I can do it.
Okay.
It helps fight off illness. Drinking enough water can help prevent certain medical conditions. These include constipation, kidney stones, exercise-induced asthma, urinary tract infection, hypertension. Water also helps you absorb important vitamins, minerals, and nutrients from your foods, which will increase your chance of staying healthy.
Very good. All right, so medical conditions, all of these medical conditions we've talked about, some of them. Urinary tract infection we have not talked about, and hypertension is high blood pressure. So urinary tract just means it's on the way to going out of your body, and there's some problems. I think for men and for women. All right. Number 12, it helps boost energy. I know it doesn't seem like water would help you boost your energy because there's no caffeine or anything. I've actually seen water with caffeine in it, and I've tried it. It's, I think, bubbly or something. They make it in America. Okay, water with caffeine. Isn't that crazy? So yes, I don't know if I noticed a big heighten in my energy, but I think that it's worth a try. So let's talk about this. Who wants to read number 12?
Me, if there's not anybody else. Okay, number 12. It helps boost energy. Drinking water may activate your metabolism. Metabolism.
Good.
A boost in metabolism has been associated with a positive impact on energy level.
Good. Associated
with a positive impact on energy level. Do you want me to continue?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. One study found that drinking 500 millimeters of water boosted the metabolic rate by 30% in both men and women. These effects appeared to last over an hour.
So the other thing we talk about is metabolism, which is how fast your body digests and distributes the energy that you've gotten from the food or drink into your system. So if you have a fast metabolism, it goes quickly. And if you have a slow metabolism, then it goes slowly and you can't eat as much because it will be stored as fat. So it's always good to have a faster metabolism. All right, 13.
It aids in cognitive function.
Yes.
Proper hydration is key to staying in tip-top cognitive shape. Tip-top cognitive shape. Research indicates that not enough drinking water can negatively impact your focus, alertness, and short-term memory.
Maybe he's asking you for some water.
No, she actually has.
She has water?
Yes, but people pass through the streets and she got
She's
a
just
little
saying
drunk.
hi.
But she's inside.
Well,
She's just
I guess
listening.
she doesn't realize they can't hear her. All right. So good for you. All right. So cognitive function, that's your brain. How much, how is your brain doing? You know, your cognitive function, how well can you think? And I know for a fact that when I don't have high cognitive function, I can't think well. Last night I was so tired and I took some caffeine, you know, some coffee and some other things, and I was still so tired. And it took me a couple hours just to, maybe I had a busy day and I just needed to relax. So cognitive function, you can take some herbs and other supplements to help it, but water is definitely the basis for all of that. Okay, we're almost done. It helps improve mood. Not getting enough water can also affect your mood. Dehydration may result in fatigue and confusion, as well as anxiety. So I know when I drink too many drinks that are not water, then I start feeling like, you know, I need more water. I don't have enough. And maybe I'm feeling badly because I don't have enough water. So that's your mood. All right. So number 15, who would like to read?
Ma'am, I want to read.
Go ahead.
It helps keep skin bright. Adequate water intake will help keep your skin hydrated and may promote collagen production. Collagen production. However, water intake alone isn't enough to reduce the effects of aging. This process is also connected to your genes and overall sun protection.
Yeah, so we were talking at the beginning about this, how, or maybe in the middle, where women care more about their skin. So men should too, and some of them do, but adequate water, if you see somebody that doesn't drink a lot of water and they're in the sun a lot, their skin is going to look very parched and wrinkled. So if you have enough water and you stay out of the sun, then your skin will be bright. Although vitamin D is good for you, but not too much. So, and also you can put creams on it and things like that, but really the water on the inside is the most important thing. Just like a plant, you can't just put water on top of the leaves of the plant. You have to put the water in the dirt so the dirt goes into the leaves inside and then they grow and develop, right? All right, last but not least, who would like to read?
Which one? 16?
Yes.
It prevents overall dehydration. Dehydration is the result of your body not having enough water, and because water is imperative to so many bodily functions, dehydration can be very dangerous. Severe dehydration can result in a number of severe complications, including swelling in your brain, kidney failure, seizures. Make Make sure you drink enough water to make up for what's lost through sweat, urination, bowel movements to avoid dehydration.
Okay, so yeah, overall dehydration, that's like all the symptoms in one. So we don't want swelling in our brains, we don't want kidney failure, and we don't want seizures. Those are very, very serious. So last thing we're going to talk about is how much water should you drink? Being attentive to the amount of water you drink each day is important for optimal health. Most people drink when they're thirsty, which helps regulate daily water intake. The other thing I heard was that sometimes when you feel like you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. So when you're hungry, especially if you're trying to watch your health and not eat a lot, try drinking a glass of water first. It will make you less hungry. Does that make sense?
Yes, I heard about that too.
It does help. Okay, so what should we drink? We should drink about 15.5 cups of water, 125 ounces each day for men, or 11.5 cups or 91 ounces daily for women. Now, I've heard that 64 ounces is a good amount, which is a lot less than those two. I've also heard that you should do half your body weight in water, which is about this for me, so doesn't matter as much how much you drink is the fact that you just drink something. I mean, something is better than nothing, but if you're trying to drink as much as you should, then, somewhere between 60 and 100 is probably good. So then remember, people also get 20% of their daily water intake from food. So ideally, men would consume about 100 ounces from beverages and women about 73 ounces from beverages. So, and then obviously if you're exercising or living in a hotter region, you need more water. Okay, so ideas: carry a bottle with you everywhere you go, keep track of your intake, and pace yourself to approach half your recommended consumption by midday. So that makes sense. If you need to drink this much all during the day, halfway through, you should be up to here. So depending on when you wake up and how much time you have in the morning, drink half your water by lunch. That's a good approach.
Laura?
So yes.
You see, what I do, but it depends, is everyone's habits. What I usually do since many years ago, that I usually, as soon as I get up, I take a glass of water every day in the morning, as soon as I get up,
Right.
It's real good for the body,
Yes, it's very good. Now, do you ever put anything in your water?
No, not just water every day, as soon as I get up.
Right. And it's filtered, or what do you have in your country? It's filtered water?
Yeah, it's filtered water. Sometimes I buy some the 5 gallons.
Right.
And sometimes I have with some filter.
Right. I know that it's if you think of Africa and you think of how they have to go miles and miles just to get dirty water, and then they drink that and they get all kinds of problems from this. So obviously, if you can drink filtered water or water that is not filled with a lot of problems, not only just diseases, but even metals and lead and things like that. So if you can drink, if you have a pitcher and you put the water in the pitcher, or if you can, if you have to buy bottled water, go ahead and buy it. But I think it's a waste with the plastic and everything. So if you don't have a way to filter your water, buy bottles. If you do, then definitely filter it. It's going to save you a lot of money. And then the last thing I'll say is that sometimes I'll put something in my water like lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or maybe lime juice or something to make it more interesting. So if you have an option like that, it always is better than not drinking water because you're bored of it. So any other last comments before we wrap up today?
Yes, ma'am. I want to say something.
Sure.
Bangladesh is yes, ma'am. Bangladesh is a riverine country, and water is very much needed for our day-to-day life, for our domestic purpose as well, for our domestic household chores, and for our industrial works as well. Our water is in our body 99%. 99% of our body is water. So I think your water is really needed.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have a way to filter your water?
Yes, ma'am. I have filtered water.
Wonderful.
I drink filtered water. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Any other last comments?
I was just gonna say that as Nelson, I usually also take a glass of water in the morning, and as I heard, it's very good to start your system drinking water instead of going to coffee or something like that.
Right.
Just pure water, not too cold, not too hot, just ambient water.
Mhm.
It's very good for the system to work better during the day.
Right, right. Raimundo, do you want to say anything?
Do you have a page in YouTube or not?
Yes, I do. I have a channel. Look for my channel. If you look for Laurel's, maybe I can put the link here. Would you like me to do that?
Okay.
Yes, I will do that. Hold on. So if you look on my site, you'll see the Q&A English videos. There's some idioms and specific help with saying certain words. Then this is about me. This is just pictures and words, and this is me speaking. And this is a little interview with someone. This is my phonics cheat sheet, and it's the long and short vowels. And then this is what I was going to show Nelson, weekly English conversation. So if you want to listen to something similar to what we did today, which is I did it through just me and the people in my group on Facebook. It wasn't through Living Peace Now, but we did a lot of sessions where you can listen to different articles that we read. So hopefully that helps you, Raimundo. You can subscribe to my channel and comment on my videos. That would be awesome. And Victoria too. Nelson, anyone else? Tasmia, if you want to, go ahead. I would love it. All right. So any other questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to
I
have you
will,
here.
I will share.
Okay, please do. I like teaching Brazilians. I think you guys are wonderful. So, and of course, Nelson and Tasmia too. All right, guys, well, have a good day. I will see you next Saturday. Same time, same place. We'll talk about water some more. All right.